Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Mirror Neuron, which means watch and learn. And today we are going to share with you an ultimate guide to starting artificial intelligence projects. And there are 22 questions, and you're supposed to answer all those 22 questions as yes before starting any artificial intelligence project. By the way, Mirror Neuron did not prepare this list. This has been prepared by a very experienced person called Cassie Kozyrkov. She is the chief decision scientist at Google. All right, so let's begin. And this questionnaire will help you, lay a path so that you can, start your successful AI project. So the first point is correct delegation. What does that mean? That means, is the person running your project and is business decision and is familiar with the entire business workflow, or is it just a person who is good with algorithms and computer programs? The question is, the person who is running the project should be a business savvy person, not an algorithm or Python expert, just to say. The second point is output focused ideation. So, can you explain what your system's output will be and why they are worth having? Now, the focus first on what you are making, not how you are making it, and don't confuse the end with the means, right? So, that is the second point. The third point is source of inspiration. So, have you at least considered data mining as an approach for getting inspired about the potential use case? Though not mandatory, it can help you find a good direction. The fourth point is appropriate task for machine learning or artificial intelligence. So, are you automating many decisions where you can't just look the answer up perfectly each time? Answering no is a fairly loud sign that machine learning or AI is not relevant or important at this point of time. Again, the UX perspective, it always shows up. Can you articulate who your intended users are and how will they use your outputs? You will suffer from shoddy design if you are not thinking about your users early. So make sure you're familiar or you're sure who the end users are. Sixth is the ethical development. Have you thought about all the humans your creation might impact? This is especially important for all technologies with the potential that can scale rapidly. Seventh is reasonable expectations. Do you understand that your system might be excellent, but it will not be flawless, right? There will be some, loops and corners. Can you live with that occasional mistake? Have you thought about this means from an ethics standpoint as well? Eighth is possible in production. What does that mean? Regardless of where those decisions and labels come from, will you be able to serve them in production? Can you master the engineering resources to do it at the scale you are anticipating? Right? Okay, let's moving on. Ninth, data to learn from. Do potential useful inputs exist? Do you have useful data with you? Can you gain access to them? Right? That is the ninth question. 10th, enough examples. So have you asked a statistician or machine learning engineer whether the amount of data you have is enough or not to learn from? Enough isn't measured in bytes. So grab a coffee with someone whose intuition is well trained and run it by them. 11. Computers. Do you have access to enough processing power to handle your data set? Cloud technologies make this is an automatic yes for anyone who is open to considering using them. That means you need to choose a cloud technology. 12. Team. I've written this in very big size. Are you confident that you can assemble a team with the necessary skills? Because without a perfect team, you should not think much about machine learning or AI projects. 13th, ground truth. Unless you are after unsupervised learning, do you have access to the outputs? That means the correct labels. If not, can you pay humans to make them for you by performing the task over and over? There is a service from Amazon which says Mechanical Turks. There are thousands of people who are willing to do a service, some verification or something. There are hundreds and thousands of people who can, for a certain amount, they will do that job for you, if that is possible through them. Logging Sanity. Is it possible to tell which input goes with which output correctly? Okay. Logging Quality. Do you trust that the dataset actually is what its purveyors claim it is? To learn from examples, you need good examples to learn from. That means your data quality should be really good. Indifference Curves. Since your systems are bound to make some mistakes, have you considered how much worse one type of mistake is relative to another? That is very important. 17th, simulation. Have you considered working with an expert in simulation to help you visualize what you're asking for? It is not a mandatory step, but very useful in real-world projects. 18th, metric creation. What is it? Have you stitched the scoring of individual outputs into a metric for the business performance of your system over many instances? This is a very important step and you should be ready and be familiar with it. 19th, metric review. Has your business performance metric been reviewed to ensure that it's not possible to get a good score on it in some perverse and harmful way? It's very tricky. You have to choose an answer yes. If you're not sure, you should review it. 20. This is completely optional. Does your business performance metric correlate well with a standard loss function? If not, what you're asking for might be very difficult. 21. Population. Have you thought carefully about which instances you need your system to work for? The statistical population of interest defines which broad collection of instances your system's performance test will cover. 22. Minimum performance. Have you defined a strict minimum performance criterion for testing and committed to crushing your system if it doesn't make that bar? Now, if you have answered yes to all of that, then you are certainly ready for the next step in machine learning and AI project. So just try to review this checklist once again and try to score out of 22. All right. I hope you found something interesting today. I really encourage you to follow Cassie for many other interesting articles from her, and it's very helpful and we learn a lot from her. Thank you once again, and if you really like our channel, please subscribe and share it with your friends and colleagues. Until then, you take care and have a good day.